If loving you is wrong. The first time Daniel saw Grace, she was standing in the rain, her white dress clinging to her skin, eyes closed, smiling as though the world itself was whispering secrets to her. He should have kept walking. He should have ignored the tug in his heart. But some things are easier said than done. Daniel was a pastor devoted to his ministry, respected by his congregation, and bound by a promise he made to God, to love righteously, to live blamelessly. Grace, on the other hand, was a singer at the town's small cafe, free-spirited, bold and unafraid of what people thought. Their worlds weren't meant to collide, but they did. Every time he preached about love, his eyes found her face in the crowd. Every song she sang carried the ache of a love she knew she could never claim, and when they finally spoke under the dim light of the church's courtyard, time stood still. "If loving you is wrong," Daniel whispered, voice trembling, "then I don't want to be right." Grace's eyes glistened. "Then maybe being wrong is the only truth we have." They loved quietly in stolen glances, secret letters, and the hush of midnight prayers that begged for forgiveness. But love built on forbidden ground cannot stand forever. One Sunday morning, as Daniel stood at the pulpit, Grace walked in. She didn't sit. She didn't hide. Their eyes met for the last time, and she smiled, the kind of smile that says, "I release you." Daniel's heart broke, but his soul knew some loves aren't meant to be possessed, only remembered. Years later, he would still think of her when it rained, and sometimes he would whisper into the quiet of his empty room, "If loving you was wrong, it was the most beautiful wrong I ever chose." The rain had just begun to fall over the quiet town of Elmswood, a soft drizzle that painted the streets silver and made everything smell like wet earth and forgotten dreams. Daniel Cole adjusted the collar of his black coat as he locked the church doors. Sunday service had ended hours ago, but he'd stayed behind as always, cleaning, praying, waiting for a peace that often came late and left too soon. He was 34, a pastor loved by his people, yet sometimes he felt like a man preaching about a God who spoke to everyone but him. Then he heard it, a voice, soft, melodic, carried by the wind. He followed the sound around the corner and saw her, a woman standing under the lamplight, barefoot, singing to the rain.